What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. It's Friday, May 22nd, 2026, and we are here once again at the same location as we were yesterday. The crossing of runway 0927 and 18 left, 36 right. The latter is at the moment open as secondary runway for departures. The switch of the runways began around 20 minutes ago. The wind is blowing from the south, more or less. Not very hard, a few knots. You can see the windsock in the distance. It's not moving a lot. Less wind than yesterday, warmer too. Already approaching 20 degrees Celsius. Is that Max Verstappen? No, it's not him. At first glance, the BizJet did look similar in shape. The Tri-Jet, and a small one. So yeah, summer has arrived. I'm here with just a t-shirt and shorts on, and sunscreen of course before going out. Little breeze, and same runway configuration as yesterday. Chris, Koet and Curtis are here as well, and you guys are here as well. Good morning to everybody who joined already. Marja, goedenavond. Wolfgang, good morning. Welcome to the show, everybody else who has joined already. So, yeah. There were no 747s underway when I had a look this morning. I did see that there has one has taken off now from Miami. KLM cargo expected here around 4 p.m. So that's out of the scope for today's show. Unless we get bonus queens, I'm not expecting any 747s. But the A380 is underway, and before going live I quickly checked flight radar, and its current ETA is set to 1:45. At that time we should have 2 runways open for inbound traffic. I am very optimistic looking at the current ETA that the A380 will land here on runway 27 as well, like it did yesterday, for the second consecutive day, at least in the 2 days streaming this week. Hope everybody is doing well. Buddy, goedemorgen. Pieter, goedemorgen. Gilberto, good morning. Manzi, goedemorgen, good morning. Pompey, Jimmy, good morning. Davy, goedemorgen kerel. Fredified, goedemorgen. Eddie, Peter, goedemorgen. Hey, nice. Peter is going to Haarlem today. Lovely weather. It's not very windy, so it's probably going to be pretty warm in the city. With all those small streets. I'd go to a terrace on the Grote Markt and relax over there. That's probably your best bet to catch a bit of a refreshing breeze. Wonder how much a small jet like this would cost you if you had to buy one new. Probably 8 figures, if not 9 perhaps even. Such a Tri-Jet. Good morning to everybody who joined already. Sarah, good morning, or good evening to you, shooting in from Queensland. Your day already mostly over. Hope you've had a good one. Davy, goedemorgen. More Davies. Written differently this time. Stefan, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, everybody. Fidel Castro is also here, already hunting for Pinky and the Brain. Giving us an aerial butt shot, insofar as he is willing to fly completely still. Schildje, Lampje Gamer, goedemorgen. Andy O, good morning. Welcome to the show, everybody. Right, Transavia. Oh, that's the one with the new updated livery. With the exception of the white T, everything on the engine outside and the tail is green. The font is a bit more bold compared to what the previous standard livery used to be. It's a subtle change, But I think a lot with me think it does look better. Doesn't have to be a big change to make an impact. I think it definitely improved the livery. Is that a fire truck? Don't think it is. But at first glance it was looking like something that could be a fire truck. Is it being escorted, or is that just a coincidence that they're driving together? No, that's definitely an escort. So that they don't wander off. So that's an excavator or crane or something being relocated. Looks more like a type of crane, or... Well, that's a generator, isn't it? On the back side. Are these counterweights, or... Absolutely no idea. I'm not a specialist by any means. The hangar in the background is open. I'm still waiting for either an airplane to be brought in or to be taken out. It does look like there's something in the hangar already. KLM Asia by the looks of it, so 200 probably. Hey Floris, goedemorgen. And the new price for Dassault Falcon 7X is around 54M. So 8 figures, comfortable 8 figures. If you pimp it out, probably you'll be able to get it up to 9 figures. Jesus. Yeah, indeed, buddy. Let's order 2 of them. We might get a discount. Hey Ricardo, goedemorgen. Vehicle number 2 just drove us past. Alan, good morning, mate. Messmancer, good morning. Janus, good morning. Welcome to the show, everybody. Now, something similar passing by behind me, a bit closer by. Well, nah. But that was an excavator on the back of that truck. Now, if you still remember the way the A321neo looked like moments ago, taking off, and you compare it with this, looks better, the new livery, doesn't it? With the tail all green, and the engine casings as well, and the font a bit bolder. It does fill out better, looks better, proportional, or at least it does to me. Let's go to autofocus so that we can get this sharp. Chris Good chilling on his nest, which has a firm foundation, solid concrete, smart choice. Above the waterline, oversight, cover from the wind, warmth. That's strategically the best location here in the immediate vicinity of the water, I think, that you could build a nest on. Richard, goedemorgen. En Gilberto, grazie mille. Un cappuccino per boy to start the day. Grazie, grazie, grazie. Much appreciated. Cappuccino è per la mattina, or il latte è per la mattina is what they say, is what I always have been taught. So, coffee drinks with milk only in the morning. The rest of the day, caffè nero. Or with some sugar, but I drink my coffee black. Grazie mille. His nest even comes with a garden. Yeah, you're right, Maria. Garden ornament as well. Flowers. Absolutely lovely. David says, I saw that the first KLM A350 got patent. Looks good in KLM livery. Yeah, Wolfgang also sent a picture to me earlier this week. To be honest, I was a bit underwhelmed by what I saw. I recognized a KLM A350 in it, but I personally, if I have to be honest, I think that the A321neo looks better in KLM livery than at least the picture I saw of the A350. Normally A350s always look great, but I was a bit underwhelmed. It might have been the angle or something, maybe because it's still missing the engines. Maybe it will be better in real life, but honestly, I was a little underwhelmed. I thought that when I first saw the A321neo in the KLM livery, it looked better. But still, it is progressing. It's coming pretty soon. Looking forward to seeing it in real life, regardless of the way it looks, but it should be a very good addition to the fleet. Both the visual and the auditory experience. Rob Lerp is also back in the chat, as is Basil. Good morning, lads. Michael DCA is too. Good morning. And welcome back, guys. Marcel, goedemorgen. Marcel Visselier. We spoke yesterday. Was nice to meet you, mate. After I was done streaming, he came over. We had a small chat. More A321neos coming to the threshold. 2 back-to-back. The one we saw just now going to Nice, which is nice. And this one is going to go to Bucharest. Air France, Bombardier Caesars 300 is also following. Lovely airplanes. KLM flight 1475 to Nice. Going. Up and away. Pierre, good morning. Salut. Xbox drummer, good morning. Goedemorgen. I'm hearing sounds coming from the general aviation platform. Makes me wonder, was this here already just now, or has this one moved? Because I am hearing something, all right. Just not sure. Because this is a lovely, lovely machine if it's going to be taking off pretty soon. Still busy with bizjets, as it was yesterday. This one also looks pretty gnarly. I think we've seen this one before. Pretty sure we've seen this one before on a couple of occasions. More bizjets, more bizjets, more bizjets. What is going on? So many bizjets. Definitely more than normally are there. Marianne, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. And Alan just arrived back from Bodrum in Turkey. It was gorgeous. Another warm destination with sun abundance. Poor you. I feel for you. So many warm and sunny locations you have to endure. Good morning, Peter Flight Devil. Good morning, Phil and RDW. Good morning. Buddy, I saw your email. I read it, but I haven't gotten around yet to answering it. I flagged it and put it on my to-do list, but I did see your email yesterday evening. I was in the gym at the time I received it, so I did read it, but I haven't gotten around to answering you yet. Buddy giving an update of what he has been up to behind the scenes to make the layout of the streams in the future much more flexible, much more informative. From what I read, a lot of flexibility, a lot of options, and also a lot of improvements. So it's not finished yet, but it's definitely progressing. I'm thrilled with what you read, what you wrote. It sounds amazing. Very curious. But take all the time you need. That also goes for Simi. I know she's also been very busy. This is not a project that has a deadline or anything. Everything is whenever you have time for it, and even then it's perfectly okay if you say, well, screw it, I'm done with it, I don't want to continue with it. Really, really above and beyond. Have a look at this. It's gorgeous. It's Ita. And with the sun shining on it, you can see It's so beautiful. With the right conditions, you can also see the details that are on the tail of each airplane. I am most definitely, because the wind is blowing the sounds from the general aviation apron to me, I'm definitely hearing something. Oh wait, I think I see movement. I think it is that jet that is now moving. Yep, it most certainly is. Fancy conference, yeah, I have no idea. I think it was Pete Snakers who yesterday suggested it might have to do with a golf tournament, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there is a golf tournament taking place this weekend or if it has already begun, because usually golf tournaments are from Thursdays through Sundays. Did KLM Open already begin? Does anybody know? Perchance? I have no idea. Avgeeks, guten Morgen und herzlich willkommen. Good to see you again, mate. Buddy again, mate. Take all the time you need. Like I said before, this is it's not. I never asked for it. You guys volunteered to do this. Do it in your own tempo. Take all the time you need. This is a low priority thing. I don't want either of you to be skipping on other obligations or activities that are more fun or more valuable than doing something for AMS Live. That's absolutely utter BS. So don't do that. Promise me you won't do that. That's all I want. Right, the BizJet is rolling. Still was a bit too quick. Oh, feet against a tripod leg. Right, BizJet on their way again. Yeah, here you can see the face-to-face comparison. If I have to be honest, I think I like ETA Blue much more than KLM Blue. KLM Blue is nice, but ETA just trumps it. It just is on a new level, a higher level. KLM A321 Neo to Madrid, making room for the ETA. Right, KLM Open, 4th till the 7th of June, so that's still a few weeks out. I'm pretty sure then that these BizJets aren't don't have to do with the KLM Open yet. Those golfers usually fly in the days before the tournament. They're probably golfing at a different tournament at the moment still. Well, no NATO summits taking place here in the Netherlands that I am aware of. No idea. Might be coincidental. Golf tournament in Belgium at the moment, says Philip. But then, of course, those BizJets, if insofar as golfers fly BizJets, would probably be landing somewhere on a local airfield in Belgium. They're probably not going to be landing on Schiphol and then taking an Uber to Belgium with their golf bag and whatnot. Good morning, W and John, Dutch Canadian. Jatelli74, goedemorgen. Tuning in from Enschede, Jeroen, morgen. Lance, good morning. ETA Blue better than KLM Blue, you say, mate. Oh no, you've triggered me, how dare you. Good morning, Lance, good to see you again, mate. Well, I still stand with what I said. I'm not going to take it back. Hey Dennis, goedemorgen. And Sven, good morning. Welcome back to the Aurora Skylounge, mate. Sven, Sosong Music, renewing his membership. We kept your seat warm. Thank you for the vote of confidence and for renewing your membership, mate. Welcome back. Good to have you. Here you can see those details on the ETA tail. Well, it's all digital, it's all enhanced pixels. This is the top end of my optical zoom. But still, every airplane has them. You can see it better on the Giulia Frulia special livery, which is white in the back. But each ETA airplane has them. Quite lovely. Couple of bananas. And of course, Suparna. Bram, goedemorgen. Sander Shinobi, good morning. Sander Bram. Tina, goedemorgen. Dutch Aviation Freak, goedemorgen. Timothy, good morning. Paul, good morning. Alpero Fener, good morning. United Kingdom Air Force over you. Hey, thanks for the heads up. The literal heads up. I do see something. I wasn't aware of it yet, but this must be it. Yep, that's it, alright. Oh, that's the camera locking out. Really in my zenith. Camera still pointing the highest it can on this tripod. It's not completely 90 degrees up, but now we can zoom in. Thanks again for the heads up, mate. Lovely. Yeah, unlike yesterday, after the first half hour or so, when things got really cloudy, I don't think we're going to see that today. Look around. This is looking to the south. This is looking to the east, where soon arrivals to runway 27 are going to commence around either 10:40 or 11. This is looking to the west. Bit of cirrus veils in the distance, but that's it. And looking to the north behind me, it's so good. Another A321neo is leaving. I think this is the one to Rome. Hey there, Bobbers, good morning. Evan, good morning. Top of the morning, senor. And welcome to the show, everybody else who may have joined. In the meantime, you're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy, and we are here at the same location we were yesterday. The crossing of the Buitenveldertbaan, runway 0927, and Aalsmeerbaan, runway 36 right, 18 left. Now, 18 left is in use as secondary runway for departures. And either in 35 minutes or in 55 minutes, we are going to get arrivals on runway 27. Same as yesterday. Back-to-back Baltics. Back-to-back Baltics. KLM, Deeper Smile, Dreamliner over there. Jayodi, good morning. Andy, goedemorgen. Good morning. Hans, goedemorgen. And another Dreamliner in the background seems to have been pushed back. I saw that on my way over here. I saw that there is an Etihad Dreamliner in the Formula 1 livery. We already saw it before, but I'm not sure when it's expected to leave. Could be that we either catch a glimpse of it while it's taxiing to runway 24, or maybe, if we're lucky, we're going to get a departure from 18 left. I'm not sure what time its departure is scheduled. Maybe you guys could look into that and see if maybe there's a chance we can see it from 18 left. That would be awesome. It was parked right next to the highway. Back-to-back Baltics. Ronald, goedemorgen. Elba, goedemorgen. Polderbaan is not closed, but the cycling path, the access to the cycling path from the Polderbaan Spottersplatz is. But you can still enter the cycling path from the north. So if you really want to go to the Polderbaan, you can also go to the north end. I'm thinking maybe that's an option for the weekend. Then again, also Kaagbaan departures or returning here. A couple of options. The cycling path is still closed, and of course the center runway is closed until next week Wednesday for maintenance. Which is why runway 27 has been in use now, a secondary runway for arrivals. That's our luck, otherwise it wouldn't be as lively over here as it is today and as it was yesterday. Luckily, a little bit of a breeze. If there weren't any, then it would be a scorcher already. Luckily, we do have a little bit of a breeze. You can see the reeds blowing. Absolutely lovely and refreshing. Just what the doctor ordered, prescribed. Good morning, user. And good morning to Thai characters. Chilling in from Thailand. Irf, good morning. Mevrouw de Patat, goedemorgen. Jasper, goedemorgen. Cheater on Cheater's Lane. Heard the sound of a departure, and it's the E2. Taking Cheater's Lane. KLM to Geneva, flight 1931. One says Delta's most troublesome A330-300 spat out sparks out of an engine in the cruise yesterday en route to Milan, diverted to Paris, still there. From where did it take off, Lance? Was it coming in from the United States, or was it a European flight? Nah, they don't do European flights, do they? I don't think they do. The Dreamliner that you see over there is KLM flight 743 to Lima in Peru. Antonov 124 coming this way. Where do I need to look precisely? Is it coming in from the northeast? More from the north? Where is it flying to? I don't have overhead traffic enabled on flight radar right now, because otherwise it would get too messy. Detroit, USA. Okay. But it was close to its destination already when the sparking happened. Right. Well, let's have a look and see if we can catch an Antonov. I do see a contrail. I'm not sure if that's coming. There's only one thing that's moving east-west. So it almost certainly has to be this. Though I am not completely sure it is. No. That looks like a regular flight. So yeah, I don't think it is producing a contrail, because right now the only thing producing a contrail I already zoomed into. Pretty sure that wasn't an Antonov. I am still scanning north of me to see if there's something I can identify as overhead traffic, but not seeing a thing. There's nothing else moving in that direction, east to west. So I'm afraid I'm not able to see it. It's probably not producing a contra at the moment. Hey JB, good morning and welcome to the show, mate. Next should be the Dreamliner to Lima. I'm still looking, but there's nothing producing a control, guys, so that Antonov, unless you happen to spot it, yeah, there's nothing to see. Unfortunately, there isn't. Right, this is KLM Flight 743 to Lima in Peru. 7879 Dreamliner, the Papa Hotel, Bravo Hotel Charlie. 10 years old, first flight October 2015. Hey Danny, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Martijn, goedemorgen. Curious, is there anything happening over there? We do have one helicopter. That is... Hey, Tugger coming in. Gulf Quebec. A wave to the chaps and they're waving back. Electric. Sounds like a Tesla. Right, let's see. There are 3 airplanes that we can see. KLM in the foreground, going to split. Vueling behind it, that's going to Malaga. And Lufthansa is going to go to Frankfurt. Has anybody checked what the estimated time of departure of the Etihad Dreamliner is? That is in the Formula 1 livery. Drove past it. Was parked right before you go into the tunnel that goes under the Buitenveldertbaan, the parallel tunnel next to the A4 highway. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Rien Lindhout. Good morning, Dirk. Welcome to the show, everybody. Next up, Vueling, going to Malaga. And which airplane is that? That's Air Serbia. Right. Popping colors. Looks nice. Yankee uniform, Yugoslavia. Old school. Tomorrow never knows. Good morning. Chris, good morning. Vueling has taken off. There's an A319 from Lufthansa turning onto the runway, going to Frankfurt in a moment. I can already see that there is a vehicle on runway 27. That's not bird control, is it? That's fire. The fire brigade. Brandweer means firefighter. Interesting. Is the bird control using a firefighter van to do an inspection? It's 10:18, so it would still be a little early even if they were to open the runway at 10:40. It's taking a turn to the right. Seems to be vacating the runway now. Taking a shortcut, driving over the runway instead of the roads next to the runways, or oh, it does say TR. I didn't notice that just now, but TR I think is training. Might be that this is a new hire getting trained. Etihad 10:25, 10:40, so that's within the possibility of 18 left then. What does CDM say? Runway 24 says W, okay. Okay, well, that means that 10:40 is also the time that the runway is going to open up. Runway 27, that is, for arrivals. And the funky airplane that we saw in the background earlier, now lined up on runway 22 to be taking off. Also have Air Serbia lined up already on 18 left, so I'm now looking back and forth to see which will go first. A shootout of sorts, if you will. Ah yes, well, the BizJet has won. BizJet intersecting runway 18 left. That means the A319 should get clearance to roll pretty soon, any moment now. Hey Jason, good morning. Jonesy boy, good morning. Enrique Roberto, ciao ragazzi. Good morning. Okay. Well, that is taking a bit longer than I thought it was going to take. Band over to the A319 quickly. But ample time. Never noticed how popping those tail and engine casings look with these contrasting colors. And then there's also light blue in the middle. Quite nice, actually. I like it. American Airlines in the background. Sparta Rotterdam, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Welcome back. All others who have joined in the meantime as well. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at the Mackie D's Spottersplatz. Runway 18 left is now open for departures and secondary runway pretty soon. Probably in 15 or so minutes from now, runway 27 is going to open up for arrivals. Same pattern in runway use as yesterday. Hope everybody is having a good time. If you are enjoying the show and you haven't done so already, consider leaving a like if you want to help this channel grow. If you are new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. It isn't mandatory to say hi, but it is always appreciated. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Zokje Polak is greeting us from Belgrade in Serbia. Greetings back, mate. That airplane is underway to you that we saw just now. KLM Flight 567 Kilimanjaro up next. Kilimanjaro, that's a mountain in Africa. The tallest mountain of Africa, actually. And this is a 777-200. Is the Superna Triple scheduled to take off today? Yesterday it did take off via runway 24. Still also looking to see if maybe I already see Etihad in the distance. I don't yet. Not sure where it's currently at. And if we are going to catch a glimpse of it, when it's going to taxi to runway 24. The 777 over there. Or is it? Yeah, no, that does look like a triple. Which one is that then? I'm not seeing anything on flight radar. Oh, that's probably an arrival then, isn't it? There's a Dreamliner in the back. I think that's KLM Flight 615 to Portland, Oregon. Hey, and there is the Delta 100 years. Two special liveries in one shot. Lovely. Air Baltic is probably coming this way, isn't it? In the meantime, good morning to Freg and his family. Anthony, good morning. Okay, Anthony Davidson is tuning in from Birmingham in the UK. Welcome to the show. Frobisher, good morning. Malky, good morning, mate. Reina, good morning. Hey, Jörg, good morning, mate. Welcome to the show, everybody who joined or who was already there, but who I haven't greeted in person yet. You're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Schiphol Airport at the intersection of two runways. The Delta 100 years is going to runway 24. The other runway being used for departures still is 18 left. I'm thinking in around 10 or so minutes from now we're going to see a runway change. But not before a 777-300 to Cape Town is coming this way. That's over there. KLM flight 597 going to Cape Town in South Africa. It will be coming this way. Still a few airplanes underway to 18 left. Vueling to Valencia. Air Baltic to Vilnius, that's the special livery that we saw. If all is well, the A380 should be arriving here between 1 and 2. Last time I checked, its ETA was a quarter to 2 or so, wasn't it? As long as it stays between 1 and 2, it is more likely than not that the A380 is going to be landing here on runway 27 just like it did yesterday. One last glimpse at the A350 Delta special livery before we're only going to get an off-axis butt shot. Howdy René, goedemorgen. 707 Intercontinental. Tuning in from Bavaria. Grüße zurück. Und herzlich willkommen. Oh, I was wrong. I thought that the Austrian flag livery was coming this way, but where's that now on Cheaters Lane? Oh yeah, it is on Cheaters Lane. There you go. Pfft, lazy. Well, that at least made sure that it at least ensured that the south part of the runway was also being used. Next up is going to be the 777 to Cape Town. There it is. KLM flight 597. It's the BVI. Bravo Victor India. 13 years old, first flight June 2012. Flappy wingtip. Right, now we are seeing a runway inspection by bird control. K3. Means runway 27 is going to open up for arrivals pretty soon. We're probably seeing the last airplanes taking off from 18 left right now, already lined up or queuing up over there. Vueling lined up to Valencia, flight 8352, that's an A320. The two Embraer behind it is going to go to Dubrovnik. I do see that there is a 737 to Budapest also still coming this way. Are these the last 3 airplanes? I think it is. For a moment I thought it sounded like there was also something going on the general aviation platform. I don't see any bizjets coming this way yet. Is this the B40? That little cube. No, this does look like the same longer version that we also saw yesterday. This is B17. Okay, there you go. Wait, no, that is also pretty cubical, isn't it? May well be the same model as the B40. Meanwhile, Vueling is getting out of here. He says, screw you guys, I'm going home. Erik, goedemorgen. Thank you, W, who looked into the departure time of the Suparna 777. Estimated time of departure 12:20, runway 24. Well, basically more or less identical to yesterday. Don't know what time it left, but it did take off from runway 24. I think it was also between 12 and 1. Does look like the 737 to Budapest is taking Cheater's lane. In the meantime, let's see. There it is. I saw that the Dows, the A340, had begun moving. Going to Paramaribo. If all is well. Last time we saw the A340 taking off, we were at the Kaagbaan. And it took off from center, and we saw something was not right with the hatches of the main gears. And eventually we saw it land after a short lap over the Gulf of Yorkshire. Things have been fixed apparently. Hopefully this flight will go without any issues. The Dows, the A340-600, still in use for Suriname. Going to Paramaribo. TUI Max blocking our view. And the cheater. I think that's the cheater. Oh wait, there's more cheaters. To Barcelona. Interesting. Okay, so there are a few departures still taking place from 18 left, but they take place south of runway 27, and that's all good because I see the first arrival behind me already. The Kilo Hotel. First arrival to runway 27 is already coming. Adi Han, goedemorgen. Marijke, goedemorgen. David, good morning. Or I should say good evening to you. Hope you've had a good day. Over here, our morning is still in progress and the day has only just begun. Well, figuratively speaking. Nice combo shot of the A340 and windsock. It does look like they've washed the A340 a little. A few weeks ago, its livery on the side looked a lot more grimy and yeah, Davey also noticing. I thought I saw the same at first glance. Looks good again. It's time to do the switcheroo. Switcheroo. Flight radar. And also allow inbound traffic. What we saw just now was a Lufthansa flight 988 arriving from Frankfurt. Famblade, good morning. Leroy, good morning. Goedemorgen. And welcome to the show, everybody else. JM, good morning. Right. The next airplane is ITA Airways flight 120 arriving from Milan. That's an A320neo. 1 hour 26 minutes on the way. The IHOL. Echo India Hotel Oscar Lima. EIHOL. It's a 2-year-old airplane, first flight April 2024. Gorgeous ITA. Where there is one, there's never a second one too far off. I'm hoping that the other one will also be landing here. And that's reversers being applied there. Hey, Singapore A350. The bastard's getting away from us, going to the wrong runway. Or, no, it's not going to be taking off from 18 left, is it? Leroy is wondering if he missed any quads. The only quad we've seen thus far is going to be leaving via runway 24 in a moment. That's the A340. Looking all shiny again. Absolutely lovely. That's some time for washing it when it was in for repairs. Absolutely. I'm happy that they did. It does look much tidier now. Now, what is this? Is this an A330-700 or an A340? AI is screwing with us. An extra long Airbus. What was that? That looked funny. Right, next up, Transavia, flight 5466, arriving from Verona. Here it is. It's a 737, and after that we are going to get the next ITA. A340 1000 by Delta, indeed. Indeed. It looked funny. It looked absolutely lovely. Quirky. Typical A-bus. That A340. So the A330, A340, A350 over here. Where's the A360? Just had my last glass of vodka. Let me replenish the glass. Hey, die Wouter, goedemorgen. Good to see you, mate. Hope all is well. Hope everybody in the Netherlands is enjoying the lovely weather, because it is absolutely lovely over here. Mild breeze, an abundance of sunshine. You will have to put on sunscreen like I did before going out, but it's absolutely lovely. Summer seems to have arrived. I wonder for how long. Savor the moment. It's good for the tomato plants. Me and Lisa are growing a few Last year, Lisa's parents came over, and Lisa's dad also grows tomatoes among other vegetables. He brought two young plants with him from of 2 different species. They were absolutely lovely. So, before our supply ran out last year, I did harvest a few seeds from both of the types of tomato. So, long story short, we now have 20 small tomato plants in buckets in the backyard, but they already went out before it got cold last week, so the cold hasn't done them much good. Though they have survived, and they will probably make up for it later, but anyway. Singapore, over there. ITA is approaching, behind ITA, KLM, and then Indigo. There's a triple on short final now for the Polderbaan. We'll probably not see that. It probably will be going to the cargo apron via the west side of the terminal building. Hey Peter, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Jordi, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, everybody else who may have joined. You're still watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. And there is LATAM Airways. The LATAM Dreamliner having arrived. Dreamliner having arrived from Sao Paulo. ITA is approaching behind us, so let's see, can we see it already? We are able to see it just about. Lots of visibility, of course, much better than it was yesterday. Livery says that's a lot of tomato soup you're going to be making. Tomato soup, pasta sauce. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, no, they're little snack tomatoes. But one is very herby, really well fit, really suitable to make pasta sauce with, or soup for that matter, and also for snacking. Yeah, absolutely, Davey. That's on her father's side from Lisa. It runs in the family. Her grandparents as well, near Kortrijk. They also have vegetables in the backyard. Her grandma grows lots of fruits, makes jams herself. Absolutely lovely jams. Absolutely lovely. Ketchup, yeah, you could also do that, Tom. Absolutely. Ketchup, curry ketchup. Make your own ketchup. Make your own mayonnaise. Make your own fries. Make your own frietje speciaal. Absolutely lovely. ITA number 2. The other one came in from Milan, so this one has to come in from Rome. Flight 108, A320neo. For a moment I thought that box was going to block the touchdown moment, but it kept floating long enough for us to see. Now, 2 jets back to back, taking off from Kagbaan. One already a bit further away. You can see the standard instrument departure, or at least one of them. Not sure from memory which one that is. I only know the ones that come in the vicinity, that come either over my house or in the vicinity of my house. The Valko and the Berkey departures. It is absolutely lovely weather, Jordi. Absolutely, you're right. First time I'm out with just shorts and t-shirt and sunscreen, of course. I'm absolutely enjoying it. Yesterday, when it was cloudy and there was also a bit of wind, it actually got a bit chilly for a brief moment, but now we need that breeze to stay a bit decently temperatured here. This is KLM flight 1352, arriving from Prague. It's number 190. Amy G is tuning in from Canada. Good morning. Next up, Indigo. Indigo from Mumbai, flight 217879 Dreamliner, operated by Norse. 9 hours and 20 minutes underway to get here. The Lima November Foxtrot November Echo, 8 years old, first flight April 2018. In the meantime, good morning to Adri, and Wouter Bot is celebrating. Wouter Bot is celebrating 10 months of membership, and he writes, keep up the good work, and boy and mod. Thank you so much for the kind words and for your ongoing support, Wouter. Thank you so much. We're all doing the best we can, and I'm happy that you're still around with us. I hope that the membership is still to your liking. If not, let me know what needs to be improved in your opinion, and I'll see what I can do to make things better for you and the other members. Congratulations on 10 months, Wouter. Thank you so much for the support. And a bit of reverser action to boot. Earlier I mentioned the Chinese triple that has approached the main platform area by now, so we can see that over there. We're also going to get some movements of bizjets pretty soon. And I do see that my hands, the outside of my hands, have gotten a little reddish. I think I may have washed my hands after having applied sunscreen this morning. Let me quickly take care of that then. Definitely hearing stuff happening behind me on the cargo apron right now, as I am applying some sunscreen on the outside of my hands. Right, here we go. So there is a bizjet holding short of runway 22. There it is. Also not a small one, this one. Will probably also cost you 8 figures, if not more, to buy one of these new. It's probably a breakaway landing. I was already wondering why it was holding short, but this Airbus is doing a breakaway landing to runway 24, KLM flight 1828 to Stuttgart. Thank you, Richard, for the heads up. Formula 1 special livery Etihad Dreamliner has been pushed back. This is not a go-around, this is a breakaway landing to runway 24. And the bizjet is lining up. landing on a runway that is basically the primary runway for departures today. We saw it yesterday as well. It does happen on occasion. That also probably was the reason why this bizjet was holding short, because now there's an airplane approaching runway 27, but that's undoubtedly going to be landing on runway 27, so it's not going to be in the way of this airplane taking off now. Here's our next arrival, Aegean, flight 3624, arrival from Athens, A321neo. Good morning, Jordi, good morning, Mervin, good morning, Hartskouts, guten Morgen und herzlich willkommen. I think that's the Formula 1, isn't it? It's Mara. Arman is tuning in from Suriname. Good morning, Arman. And welcome to the show, everybody else who may have joined in the meantime. You're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Mackie D's again, like we were yesterday. Runway use is the same. Means that bizjets are taking off and landing on runway 22. Runway 24 is being used for departures, although it was also in use for an arriving Embraer just now. Right now, runway 27 is in use for arrivals. And the airplane we're now looking at is the Formula 1 Dreamliner from Etihad. Hey Rick Meester, goedemorgen kerel, good to see you again. What is up, mate? And Jörg is celebrating 33 months in the lounge as a member. And he writes, happy to be in the lounge, mate. Thank you so much for the ongoing support. Always a pleasure to have you in our midst. Good to see you again. Of course, having been away in Thailand a couple of weeks, meant you didn't have as much time to join us as normal. Although, how is retirement working out for you? You have more time now on your hands, of course. 33 months in the lounge, 3 months until you get a new badge. Thank you so much for all the support. Always a pleasure to have you in our midst, and even more so when you come over from Düsseldorf and come join in real life. If anything in the lounge is amiss, do let me know. That goes for all members, but also for you, Jörg. Congratulations and thank you so much. Isn't that Cathay? Is that Cathay? It is Cathay, isn't it? It's an A350. Yep, it's the Cathay A350. So, where's Etihad then? Well, either way, let's see, this is SAS, arriving from Copenhagen, flight 1547. Floaty. Very floaty. This most certainly looks like a Dreamliner, and it most certainly looks like Etihad. Alright, well, there you go. Well, it was in front of the A350 all along. There you go, Rick. That's me and my and my lag and my tunnel vision. All right, E2 Embraer 195 is arriving from Oslo, flight 1198. Come on, Jörg, you really didn't have to do that. Gifting memberships, that's unnecessary. A warm welcome to the Aurora Skyhouse to the 5 new members who just received a membership from Jörg, aka JD. If you are one of the recipients, don't forget to say thank you to him and enjoy the membership. Five new members, courtesy of Jörg. Thank you so much. That really wasn't necessary, Jörg. Thank you so much, though. And a warm welcome again to the Aurora Sky Lounge, to the new members. Here we do have it, the Etihad Formula 1. Was in front of the cafe all along. I think the last time it did a taxi here, it was also warm and we had heat distortion. Can we read the text? Formula 1... something, something, something. Etihad Airways. Right, now the box is going to be in the way. Is that a drain for rainwater? I think it is. Flat rooftop. Obviously, you need to drain the water from rain to prevent leakage. Nice combo shot with the windsock and the Fokker 100 on the rooftop terrace, the panorama rooftop terrace in the background. I'm sure that people who are standing there spotting now are also having a great sight. Vic asks if we ever saw the Manchester City livery here. Is that the blue one or the green one? Because I remember having seen a blue one and a green one. I think we have at some point, but it has been a long time back. That's the blue one, isn't it? It is the blue one. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I do remember, but it has been, it must have been more than 2 years back already. I saw it once. I think it was over here, if I recall correctly, but has been a really long time ago. Only once did I ever see it here. I think it was here. I think it was maybe it was on one of those windy days that they used 27 for arrivals. In my memory, for what that's worth, it was over here. The green one is the Greenliner. I also saw that before. Pretty sure I've made a thumbnail of the Greenliner when it landed on the Boulderbaan a while back. Next up is going to be KLM flight 1230 arriving from Gothenburg. That's an Embraer 175. A jet arriving from Istanbul will be next after that. An A321neo. Saudia is also coming with an A330 pretty soon. That's the new livery. That's the nice one. a nice touchdown. Bada bing, bada boom. It's 11:03, that means we should still have around 40 minutes of departures from Kagbaan, arrivals here on Buitenveldertbaan and on the Polderbaan. Everything arriving from the east should be coming this way. I am looking to see if there are wide bodies approaching. The only one I can see arriving from the east right now is Saudia A330. Another special livery over there, SkyTeam 737, that is the 737, right? Yeah, that is the 737, the BXO. Davey has to go back to work. I am so sorry, mate. Hang in there, it's almost weekend. Leroy is warning us that there is a Lufthansa 747 approaching and a Stratotanker. Are they both coming from the same direction? I'm looking around me. I do see something that seems to be having 4 engines. Right there, south of me. Hard to make out what it is, but it should get a bit closer by still. So let's see if we can revisit that a bit later. A jet. Arriving from Istanbul. A321neo. I do also see something else approaching. That's over there. A bit more to the east. That's also with 4 engines. If I had to guess, I'd say this is something else than a passenger flight. But let's see what we can make of it. No, this is Lufthansa, all right. That's a Lufthansa 747. So is the other airplane approaching then the Stratotanker? Could that be it? Let's see. Still flying on the other side of the sun. Once it has cleared the sun and it has the sun in its back, it should also become more contrasty for us. Definitely something coming this way. Actually, contrails are quite easily visible right now. Provided that the airplanes fly high enough, of course. 2 more. Thought I also heard something happening over there. Yep, more movement, more bizjets. The bizjets sounds are blowing towards me. The wind is blowing it directly to me, so I can hear movement and engines on the platform of the bizjets quite well today. And that was the Stratotanker, the second one. So let's have a look at that again. It's now flying as close to the sun as it can get where I'm positioned, so it should get more contrasty from now on. In the meantime, Siegfried the Fighter is celebrating half a year of membership, 6 months. Thank you so much for the ongoing support, mate. No accompanying text along with it, but that's okay. Congratulations and thank you so much for the support. Hope that the 6 months have been to your liking. If not, or if you have suggestions for improvements, do let me know. And let me see what I can do to make things better for you and the other members. Thank you so much, Siegfried, and congratulations on half a year of membership. Thank you so much for the support. Hope that everything in the lounge is to your liking still. So you can see that this quad has now passed beyond the sun. The sun is now also shining in its back, and now I lost it momentarily. Still not very contrasty, but that should get better the further away it moves from the sun. Don't know the exact mechanism behind it, why things do get more contrasty, but I know from experience that's what usually happens. Though granted, I still think the picture is not very contrasty, but it's definitely improving by the second. Now definitely more details visible, more of the outline than a minute ago. Next up, Saudia flight 933 arriving from Jeddah. It's an A330-300 in the new livery. Saudia cargo operated by ASL Airlines. Coming in from NA, but it's probably Jeddah, if I had to guess. Or, well, could be somewhere else as well. I am hearing a bizjet now lining up on runway 22, and I can also see it happening. Such is our luck, it's always that interesting things happen simultaneously, or at least they often do. It's a passenger to freight conversion, P2F, it says so on flight radar. Irish registered, EI LKD, Lima Kilo Delta. 14 years old already. Absolute butter again. Very nice, very nice. Still in time for the bizjet. Good to see. Good morning, Kevin. And good morning, Dean. And good morning to Martin as well. Happy Friday to you all. Typical sound. I'm hearing a helicopter. Is that coming? Is it going? That wasn't there a moment ago. It's probably returning, isn't it? Vic asks if I have any summer holiday plans. Summer holiday? What is that? Hey! Don't think we've seen that helicopter before. That's not a police helicopter, nor was it a Lifeliner air ambulance. Makes me wonder what it was. Are we going to catch a glimpse of it? I think we might. I think it's going to be taxiing back from right to left and should become visible at some point. Definitely still audible. I hope it is for you too. Embraer 175 arriving from Bologna. In the meantime, landing here. I'd hope that the helicopter that just now landed behind the fence would re-emerge again. I am still hearing it, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not sure that it is going to come back. Looks like it might not. It's still clearly audible. Well, in that case, let's first film the next arrival, which is an Embraer 175 arriving from no, it's an A321neo arriving from Vienna. Jean-Yves, salut mon ami, good to see you again. And seems that we've crossed through 250 likes. Thank you all so much for that. 250 likes. That's it's been a slow day. Yesterday too. Still, the weather is lovely. And this is a great location with a lot of exciting action. That helicopter is still audible. Oh wait, I think I now see it move. Or yeah, there it is. Taxiing just above ground. Is it going to be touching down there or? Looks like it. Yep. Touching down right there. Next arrival to runway 27 is approaching its KLM flight 1292, arriving from Billund, an E2 Embraer 195. Oh, is that a bus for the for the passengers? I also thought I saw some onlookers on a sort of terrace at some point in the background. Not sure where I saw those people. I thought they were there. Hey, Paul has also arrived. Good to see you, mate. Good to have you back. Hope all is well. How's the weather in Yorkshire right now? Similar to what we are having? I hope it is. Volvo coming this way. Is that the same truck that we saw on the other side earlier in the morning already? It seems to have lost some cargo, if it is the same. Convoy exceptionnel. Exceptional convoy. This is extra long. I waved to the driver and he sounded his horn. Lovely. That man obviously saw me standing here. I am hearing something with a propeller once again, overhead. Probably isn't producing a contrail, but I'm definitely hearing something that has a propeller. That's propelled by a propeller. Ah, Willem says it is a Hercules. Well, that Hercules isn't producing a contrail, so that's looking for a needle in a haystack. Unfortunately. It's 11:18, that means we should still have around 20 minutes of arrivals here before going back to the departures on 18 left. What's the estimated time of arrival of the Emirates A380, ladies and gentlemen? Earlier it was around 1:45. I'm thinking maybe it has caught some more, gained some more time. JetBlue, Ita wannabe livery over there. All's well on my end as well, Paul. Thank you for asking. Nice and warm over there as well. Nice. Yeah, I come to think of it, I haven't updated the meter yet since I began streaming. Obviously, it has remained CAV-OK, but I am curious to see what the temperature has done in the meantime. It's probably a bit warmer than it was in the beginning of the show, and it was already quite warm back then. 17, if I recall correctly. Right now it's 21 degrees. I'm going to update the meter in a moment, just so we have an update. Wouter says that the A380 is arriving in 2 hours and 9 minutes, so it's making up time quite nicely then. As long as it's not arriving before 1 o'clock. That's now the only thing that matters. It needs to be between 1 and 2. But if it is still between 1 and 2 when it is entering Dutch airspace, we should be set and should get another A380 arrival here right before our eyes. Runway 27, it will be then. Hey Innie Mini, goedemorgen. DB Baseman, good morning. And the sun out at last in Eden as well. Happy to hear that, mate. Austrian Flight 313 is arriving from Vienna. It's Bombardier C-Series 300. That's because this is Air Baltic. Vienna, capital of Austria. Around 1.5 hours of flight? Yeah, 1 hour 30 minutes precisely according to Flight Radar. Yankee Lima, Charlie Sierra Mike, 7 years old, first flight October 2018. Matt, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Welcome back. Happy Friday to all of you. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. It's not mandatory to say hi, but it's always appreciated when new people say who they are and where they're from. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask it. There's no such thing as a stupid question. There's a lot of viewers. Together they know quite a lot. It's all a happy bunch, friendly bunch. We'll happily try to answer any questions you may be having. If you guys are enjoying the show and you want to help this channel grow, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. The goods are here as well. Can I show you? Or at least one good is. Where did I see him here? Oh, stupid autofocus. Not really a smart autofocus, this Canon. Hey, Michael is also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Happy Friday. Here's our next arrival. EasyJet arrived from Krakow in Poland, an A320neo. Hey, Delta A350 is coming this way, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys seeing it on Flight Radar as well? Delta Airlines Flight 136 is coming this way by the looks of it. That's a nice little extra. Probably means they're going to do a runway inspection of the Polderbaan pretty soon. Which would make sense considering it's going to be the primary runway for arrival, the only runway for arrivals pretty soon. Trying to stay hydrated here. If you are hearing stuff happening on the microphone, that's because there is a small digger over here moving some concrete blocks about. Beluga currently over Dordrecht, flying towards Hamburg. We might be able to see it, says Snorfiets. What's its altitude? Dordrecht. That is pretty far away. But if it is flying to the north, who knows? Who knows, it might be possible. $32,000 feet. I'm not seeing any contrails that are moving in the direction of Hamburg except one. I think. Is that it? Or is that just a regular Lufty? Hard to make out. Pretty far away. I'd say it's further away than when the belugas are flying over Alkmaar. Right, KLM flight 954 arrived from Newcastle, Embraer 190. It was it? Okay. Well, that's right on the brink of what is still visible. You can see it, but it's hard to recognize it as such. This is KLM flight 954 arrived from Newcastle. It's an Embraer 190. And after this, the A350 from Detroit, Delta 136. Right, A350 time. I didn't expect to see Delta A350s landing on the runway we were standing next to, but there you go. Does look like that may be a one-off bonus for us and not something structural, unless they are also going to let some of the airplanes that are now north of Polderbaan continue to the Buitenveldertbaan. Don't think they are. I suppose this is just our lucky break. Do think I once again am hearing something with a propeller. Seems to be coming from south of me. Hey Klaus, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Happy Friday to you and all others. So, Delta Airlines Flight 136 arriving from Detroit, Michigan. Lovely bonus A350 that I wasn't expecting to see in today's stream, but there you go. 6 hours and 41 minutes on the way, almost as long as the Emirates A380. Well, no, just about as long as the Emirates A380 usually takes to get here from Dubai. This is the November 512 Delta November. 7-year-old airplane. Its first flight was in December 2018. Floaty. It has to be just as buttery as the typical A330 landing, isn't it? Hasn't it? Reversers as well. That's something you hardly hear them... well, no, Delta, of course. I was about to say, they hardly use their reversers on the Polderbaan, but that's not true. They hardly not use their reversers, which is why we love them. So, bonus wide body that I wasn't expecting after the A330 from, what was it again? A330 cargo. Come on, what was it again? Saudia, of course. 767-300 from United over there. And the KLM Dreamliner coming this way. It's 11:30. So I'm thinking the last batch of arrivals to runway 27 is now coming this way already. Is it going to end after the flight from Nuremberg? Might well be the case. KLM flight 912 is also coming this way, arriving from Aberdeen. Normally speaking, should have been going to the Polderbaan. Good morning, Sanders. Good morning, Samir. Dear Contour, good morning. Good to have you back, mate. Hope all is well. Happy Friday to you and everybody else. You're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We are here at the McDonald's, where two runways intersect and a third one is positioned in the background. Looking at the runway that is in the background, runway 0422, behind which there is a cargo apron, and I'm wondering, is this airplane moving or... No, that's stationary, isn't it? Does look pretty nice from this angle. But yeah, that's definitely not moving. There's still a police helicopter stationary over there. Also not moving. Next arriving airplane coming this way. This should be KLM flight 1174, arriving from Stavanger, number 190. German Airways with the pointed tail. Inspired by pointillism. Bird control coming this way. Which one is this? K1. So the hangar in the back has been open all the while. You can see that there's a KLM Asia 777 inside. Still working on it by the looks of it. Now it's 11:33. Looking on flight radar, I am inclined to say that the KLM arrival from Nuremberg, flight 1840, is going to be the last arrival here, and after that it's going to switch again to departures with runway 18 left opening. The Emirates A380 is still underway and should be landing here on runway 27, which will reopen again at 1 o'clock. The Emirates A380 is expected to be here around that time, between 1 and 2. That would make for a nice last airplane. If I'm not mistaken, the Orange Pride was expected to land here around 10 past noon, so that should be here within the hour. Obviously, arriving from the west should be a Polderbaan arrival, but still, maybe depending on where it needs to park, we can still catch a glimpse of it later. We should see it at least when it is appearing here on the main platform area, when it comes, when it taxis this way from the Polderbaan area. So that's 4 airplanes still remaining, I think. Mostly Embraers, or is it? No, it's mostly Embraers and 1 737 from Transavia. 3 Embraers. This is number 175. KLM flight 1284 arriving from Aalborg. OP is just passing over London, says Paul. London? Yes, London.
You know, fish, chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London.
Oh, that London. I thought it was a different London. Hey! Again! Breakaway landing, runway 24. KLM flight 912 arriving from Aberdeen. Already an airplane that shouldn't have landed here, but on the Polderbaan, normally speaking. Hey, and a nice contour in the background. Just a small tail indicative of the high pressure forming. Check the gear. All good. Flap set. The slats also extended on the front, on the leading edge of the wing. Nose gear also locked in place by the looks of it. Trim. Can you even see the trim? There you go. Right, that means 2 airplanes left to land here before I think it's going to close down and 18 left is going to open up again. There are 2 controls coming to me from the south-southeast. The left one I think is a quad, the right one looks to be a twin. Yep. Should be able to see that pretty soon. This is Transavia flight 5792 arriving from Preveza. Good morning, Eddie. Flying to London tomorrow at 11:30. BA flight 433. Eddie is flying to London tomorrow. Well, if the wind isn't changing, Eddie, you'll probably be taking off via the Kaagbaan. If I were to go there, we might be able to see you. Though I am unsure if we are going to see you, even if you were seated on the left. Well, do you already have a left-hand window seat reserved? Let's ask that first. You'll probably be pretty high up in the air already by the time you'll pass us by, even if I were to go there. I'm still not sure where I'm going to go to. I haven't looked into that yet. It does look like the two airplanes are on converging routes. I wonder if they're going to cross each other and if that's going to be visible for us. It does look like they will intersect at some point, their routes. Hey, Fran Sebastian, good morning. Grover, good morning. Hey, Dornhof, goedemorgen, good morning. Van Home, good morning. Van Home asks about the A380. If its ETA remains between 1 and 2 o'clock, it should be landing on runway 27 right before our very eyes. Wow, this is going to be interesting to see. Well, no, the quad is already behind. The quad is already behind. On the left, seat 7A. Well, duly noted. If you are going to be taking off by the Kaagbaan, then I'll be there. We should be able to see you. Oh, the quad is just a tad too slow. But this is still very lovely to see. Oh, and you can see that the quad is lower. Against the backdrop of the control of the airplane that is higher up. That was nice. That was nice. You don't see quads with against a backdrop of a control that regularly. Looks like a Lufty A340. That was a nice moment, wasn't it? Cool. Very cool. Alright, Eddie is going to go to the gym before going to work. That's always a good idea. Hopefully your gym is air conditioned. Let's also have a look at the twin now that both have passed us by. I think the landings on 27 have stopped. So Lufty overtaking Lufty, or Lufty crossing Lufty. That's nice. I think the landing peak is over and we're back to a departure peak right now until approximately 1. They're going to cut some concrete behind me. You'll probably hear that on the microphone. Shouldn't take too long. Deed Reader, good morning. Are you on the catcomb this morning? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, mate. You are probably hearing it. Concrete slabs, they just placed a few over here and they're now cutting it up. I think there is a 777 coming this way pretty soon. Emirates going to Frankfurt. I think this is going to be taking off via 18 left. Now the police helicopter that was stationary earlier, I think, is also going to be taking off. John says can hear, but it's not too loud. That's luckily because of the directional nature of my microphone and the microphone being pointed away from the source of the audio. If you were to stand here in real life, it would probably be louder than it right now is for you guys at home. Gear up. In the meantime, their contour has turned blue, finally. 24 months or 2 years of membership. And that has come about. Finally blue, feels good, he writes. Thank you so much for your ongoing support, dear Contour. That's 2 years in the pocket, 2 whole years. I hope they've been to your liking. Congratulations on the blue badge, mate. Thank you so much for the ongoing support, the long-lasting support. I hope that everything in the lounge is still to your liking. If that's not the case, do let me know what you feel needs to be changed, and I'll see what I can do to make things better for you and all the other members. Congratulations, Dirk on tour. Always a pleasure to have you in our midst, and I hope you'll keep coming back for a long time to come. If not in the lounge as a member, then at least as a regular recurring visitor. Emirates. And I thought it was going to be going via 18 left. That's not the case. It seems to be lining up on runway 24. So that begs the question, is runway 18 left open already or not? What is happening? Bird control is over there. Begs the question, what does Bezoekbus say? I am curious and now quickly checking what Bezoekbus says, because I thought that yeah, Aalsmeerbaan should be open from 11:40 until 1. So what's happening is that we're being cheated out of a perfectly... Oh, does it have to do with this? A busiest landing here on runway 22. Could that have been the reason? Could this airplane landing have been the reason for the Emirates departing via runway 24? That's a shame. It's also sounding like there's an airplane overhead, but... Hoi. Een vogelliefhebber? Ja, wel een beetje, denk ik. Ja, er zijn hier diverse vogels. Wat zegt u? Ja.
Het mooiste wat ik gezien heb, is dat een druiver
Ja.
opgezaaid in de warmte van
Ja.
het vliegtuig.
De thermiekbel.
Huh?
Een thermiekbel.
Thermiek.
Ja, leuk.
Heb je dat wel gezien?
Ik heb ze hier wel eens zien cirkelen, inderdaad.
Er zit er nu ook op met een asfalt opbouw.
Ja.
Maar om achter een vliegtuig te hangen
Ja,
en dan op te staan, dat staat wel van moeten.
dat is behoorlijk gevaarlijk. Dan moet je wel goed weten wat je doet.
Het was een daar. Denk van, wat is het? 40, Amsterdam nog zijn.
Behoorlijk warm, behoorlijk warm. Ja, zeker.
Maar het was echt allermooiste.
There's a lady talking to me. She came up from behind and she is talking about the birds that you can see here. That one of the prettiest things that you can see here are buzzards that are basically taking off in the exhaust gases of the airplanes taking off here.
Hey, heb je radio gemaakt? Zo?
Ik ben live op YouTube.
Maar,
Ja. Ik denk dat u niet te horen bent. U bent niet te horen over al die herrie. Alright.
Jij kwam EMS live.
Hi, ja, dat ben ik.
Oh ja.
Goedemorgen jongens.
We hadden net de stuurman kijken.
Leuk. Ja, er gebeurt eventjes niet zoveel.
Nee.
Ik zie nog niet... Ik denk wel dat er een Emirates zo meteen aankomt. Die gaat naar Dubai. There is another Emirates that's going to go to Dubai. That's right there. Two young boys are also coming up to me. And they were also watching the stream. And I told them that there's not much happening right now. But right now there is an Emirates 777 over there. That should be coming this way. There is a Chinese triple that is going to be going to Shanghai in China. That's right there. But that's going to be taking off via runway 24, unfortunately. Let's see, Flores says that there is a 747 to LAX approaching from the southeast, flying directly over you. I do see contrail remnants, but where is the airplane itself? Has it passed already? I'm seeing the contrail remnants. Those are visible over there. Is the airplane? Oh yeah, there it is. Only just visible. It's coming directly towards me. It's going to be locking out pretty soon. It's also closest to the zenith at the moment. Right, so we are back to departures once again, but as you can see on Flight Radar, there aren't many that are taking off right now. The Chinese triple is rolling on runway 24, going to Shanghai in China. That's right there. There is a KLM to Bergen also taking off via runway 24. A KLM 777 to Mumbai, India is pinging and should be coming this way. And the same, of course, for the Emirates, which we are already able to see. Emirates will be coming this way. And I think that the 777 to Mumbai is right there. In the process of getting pushed back. Adi Gerrit, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Gerrit is wondering what the sound is. That's concrete being... Zou je nu ook een beetje opzij kunnen gaan? Dank je. They're basically constructing over here blocks of concrete. And they're right now in the process of... yeah, dankjewel. They're in the process of cutting those. This jet in the meantime taking off. And I see that in a few minutes from now I'll need to go over to my car to check the meter. think it might be a good moment to do that right now, since we are waiting for traffic to be coming to 18 left. I also am hearing a helicopter. Where is that? Oh, there it is. That's the helicopter leaving again, that yellow helicopter. Hey there, Mr. F, good morning, good to see you again. It looks like the helicopter is leaving. Looks nice. Looks pretty nice. I do see that the Emirates now has begun to move, taxiing towards the runway 18 left. Now, this helicopter is undoubtedly going to be taking off pretty soon. We're also going to see some airplanes that are going to be taxiing towards 18 left. I'm going to lock it in position and head over to the car quickly before the parking meter expires. Let me also, before you'll hear that alarm again, turn that off. I'll be back in a jiffy, ladies and gentlemen. Hang in there. Right, we can see that Tarom has already left. Tarom taking off to Bucharest. The Emirates A380, the Emirates not A380, the Emirates 777 is over here. Going to Dubai World Center, interestingly. Basil is tuning in from Mumbai. Namaste, mate. We have a KLM Embraer 190 lined up right now on the threshold. That's going to be going to Ljubljana in Slovenia. KLM Flight 1989. The 777 to Mumbai is also coming. There's also another That's probably an arrival. I'm not seeing it on flight radar, so that's probably an arrival. Alright. Nice that we can see the next two departures from 18 left, or we could see them in the background. Thought we also saw the tail of KM Malta in the background for a moment. If that was, it's also coming this way, undoubtedly. Was that KM Malta? I think it was. It most certainly was. Emirates approaching the threshold. Now over there. In the background, you can see parking P3. I used to stand in that corner right there, overlooking everything, high up. Perfect place to be filming from. Such a bloody shame. It's no longer possible to be streaming from there. This jet just now touching down. Unfortunately, the touchdown took place behind the sound shield. Now, is this a relocation flight or what? It is a passenger Emirates 777. But it's going to Dubai World Center instead of Dubai International, so I'm not sure which one this is. And the 777 to Mumbai in the background. Right, so Emirates 777, not sure if that was flight 146 or so? Was that 146? 146 usually goes to Dubai International. This one went to World Center. That's usually where the cargo airplanes go to, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Next up, KLM flight 877 to Mumbai. That's a 777-200 the PHBQD, Bravo Quebec Delta, 22 years old. First flight December 2003, and quite a few airplanes in the background are following up. Narrow bodies, all for the time being. But still, I'll drink to that. Hardly time to take a sip before filming again. Flappy wingtips. Never grows old, does it? So yeah, what happened was that a lady all of a sudden approached me and began talking to me. Are you into birds? And she began telling about her bird spotting experiences over here. Totally oblivious for the fact that I was doing a live stream. So when I was saying to you guys what she had been saying to me, all of a sudden things started to click, and she was wondering if I was doing a radio show or something. And when I told her I was doing a live on YouTube, first thing she asked, "Have you cut out mouse sound? Did they hear me?" And then all of a sudden she went away. Don't see her anymore, but quite remarkable. Normally speaking, people approach me in relation to AMS Live and plane spotting. This woman particularly went into bird spotting. Hey, Stefan Tudor, good to see you again, mate. Koester Olaf, good to see ya. Okay, Malta up next, flight 395 to Malta, A320neo. 3 narrow bodies already queuing up behind it. KLM Embraer 190 to Lyon. EasyJet A319 to Split. And also an airplane from KLM to Genoa. The 2 young lads are also off again on their bicycles. Hey Jackie, goedemiddag kerel, good to see you again. From the lounge, during his lunch break. Eet smakelijk. Hey Sarvesh, good afternoon mate. And welcome to the show everybody else. You're watching AMS Live, my name is Boy. We are still here at McDonald's where they are working on the terrace behind me. That's also something you can hear on occasion. We are in awaiting of the Emirates A380, which should be landing here on runway 27 between 1 and 2. Can you dig it? They can. They certainly can. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It isn't mandatory to say hi, but it is always appreciated when people do say hi. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Quite a few people are still watching, and together they know a lot. We'll happily try to answer any questions you may be having. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like if you want to help this channel grow. Next up, EasyJet A319 to Livery Split in Croatia. OELQP from February 2009. See that South Island Aviation is also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Welcome back. Hey, and we have a new member in the Aurora Sky Lounge. A warm welcome to David Bennett. Thank you for the support and for the vote of confidence, mate. Our latest Aurora Sky Lounge member, David. Make sure to enjoy the 34 custom emojis that you now have access to, David. If you feel like one or more need to be replaced, let us know which one you think needs to be replaced. You still have until tomorrow. Head over to the community section for members. There you'll find a post under which you can reply and let your voice be heard. We're renewing emojis since we aren't going to get new ones. In addition to the existing ones, we will have to retire old ones, if not temporarily, then permanently, in favor of getting new ones. The vote already has been out that people want to change the members. Now we're in the process of finding out which emoji or emojis need to be retired. After that, of course, a call for ideas. What do you want to get instead to replace it with? A warm welcome again, David Bennett, our latest Aurora Sky Lounge member. Wolfgang is also back. He says that there's a Lufthansa 74 over Markermeer east to west. Markermeer, yeah, well, I am not seeing any contrails just yet. I do see that ETA has begun rolling, so let's focus on that first. See if we can catch quads next thereafter. Have a look. Perfect lighting for a beautiful machine. What a looker, absolute beaut. Looks even better if it is a sleeker airframe, like the A220. maybe even an A350, but still. That paint job is one of a kind. Okie dokie. Yeah, traffic is coming. There are narrow bodies still underway. Gives me time to... Oh, I think I might see the airplane that Wolfgang was referring to. I do see something, but it's not producing a contrail. I think this is your 7-4, mate. Yep, that's most certainly Lufthansa. That definitely looks like a 747, but as you can see, not producing a contrail. Lucky us, it's not a small airplane, and it is at least decently visible without it producing a contrail, but that was a bit harder to see. Still found it relatively easily because of where I needed to look. I knew where I needed to look. Thanks for the heads up, Wolfgang. Hey, Livestream. Ilgin, good morning. Okay, so the OP will be landing on Polderbaan in a few minutes from now. Should be able to see it then. Once it has touched down. Pretty sure we are unable to see traffic to the glide slope, on the glide slope of Kaagbaan, Polderbaan, with all the trees and the buildings and whatnot in the way. It should be out there somewhere, but I can see a lot, I can do a lot, but not that. American Airlines on its way to Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, 777-200. Also recently a route that has recently begun. My English is failing. I need more vodka. Let me pour me a glass quickly. American, will we going to runway 24? Don't you worry, we're not going to see this up close. Phew. Oh, I'm hearing something behind me. Just in the nick of time. That's a nice looking machine. Lovely. Arjan, good afternoon. Yin, good afternoon. Good to see you again, mate. Opal as well. 737 on the move. That's going to Istanbul, Turkey. KLM flight 1959. Comes equipped with a nice carrying cabin in the back. It's the PHPGB, as you can see. And that rhymes. Inadvertently. Potassium over there. So too is the Chinese triple. Chris is still enjoying his lush nest. Comfy in the sun. Absolutely lovely. Hey Henk, goedemiddag. Lovely weather indeed, absolutely. Chris Koot is not complaining, nor am I. Is that an ETA moving to 18 left to be leaving? We already saw the A320. I think it's time for the A220 to be leaving next. Not a single 747 that we have seen land or take off from Schiphol today since we began streaming. It is disappointingly quiet with respect to 747s here. It's only going to get worse in the future, ladies and gentlemen. It's terrible. Really demotivating. Quick glance at the bizjet that just now landed here. On the other side, ETA is progressing to the threshold of 18 left, where it will be taking off pretty soon. What is up, Zigazor? Eindspotting, good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. What is cooking? Well, me. A slow cook. Yeah, it's lovely warm here. Also some low clouds have formed now that I'm looking around. Scorchio! Nimbocumulo. Scorchio. And Indito is in good company of Leonardo da Vinci. Number 14, also the number a famous philosopher that also played a bit of football used to play with. ETA flight 107 to Rome, A320 Neo. I thought it was an A220, but it's an A320 Neo. It's a Neo. He is the one. IHLA? Or what? INA? Or INA? No idea. Oh! There's also some activity going on in front of the open hangar. The airplane that was parked in front of it is now being moved. Does that mean they're going to vacate? They're going to push back the airplane? That still seems to be worked on. Looks like they're still working on that one. But they are removing or reshuffling it. Relocating. That's the word I was looking for. Alright, let's focus back on ETA. That's now lined up and is going. ETA flight 107 to Rome, A320 Neo. Yeah, it's the INA. INA. More bizjet movement. That's the lovely one that we saw earlier, or no, it's a different one. It is yet a different one. Wolfgang asks if I've heard about the idea to change the name of KLM Air France into Blue Group. Why? I wasn't aware they were planning on calling it Blue Group, but I have heard about the idea. They can go ahead. People are going to use KLM and Air France still, I'm pretty sure of that. It's a stupid idea. A stupid idea for which a lot of highly paid marketers probably made a lot of money. Right, there is a cheater on Cheater's Lane taking off. That's KLM flight 1333 to Poznan and number 175. Now I'm thinking, is this airplane going to do a rolling start? It's not on the runway yet, is it? Or what's it doing? Is it going to be taking off via runway 24? That's odd. What is it doing? Right, well, if that bizjet is going to make an appearance on the... Oh yeah, I was about to say, if it's going to make an appearance behind the other, on the other side, I will film it again. There it is. So it looks like this bizjet will be taking off either via 18 left or runway 24. It's coming this way right now, so it might well be going to runway 18 left then. Nice little bonus for us, because usually we don't get to see those bizjets that long and that up close. They are getting a bit closer by now. Still have to engage almost all of my digital zoom to get it closer by. Top end of optical zoom, around 600 millimeters, full frame equivalent, is here. Just a slight bit of digital digital zoom. Indeed, John, that's also what I was thinking thinking of first. Blue Group. Like the drumming theater performance. Silly idea, silly idea. Andrew also back in the chat, good to see you, mate. Good afternoon or good morning to you still. Alright, it looks like this airplane is going to go to runway 24 for its departure. Or I don't know if there is a shortcut that they can also use to be coming this way. If they were to take off from 18 left, or if they need to cross 18 left there, where it's currently going to, and then it needs to come back this way, further north. Right, well, as Iberia was passing by, bizjet now also seems to be crossing the runway. Short tail number 1FE, is that so? Oh yeah? But it does have November in front of it, right? It is American registered. Interesting. Question now becomes left turn or right turn, and we have our answer. It's going to the Kaarbaan. Unfortunately for us. Or? Hey, and I already thought I saw it, but the left engine has its reverse open. Oh wait, no, yeah. It is still going to the left. Such a shame. I think we've seen this before. Hey, and now they're closing it. Are they using it as a sort of brake to make a more tight turn? That is really... Surely they're not using it as a sort of turning aid. Surely the nose gear is able to turn enough degrees that it can make a sharp turn. Right. Let's see, KLM flight 873 to Hyderabad in India is going to be one of the next, if not the very next airplane taking off via 18 left. It's coming this way, 787-10 Dreamliner. And they do use the reverser for brakes and directional control, says Michael. I didn't know that. I think that their nose gear would be flexible enough to make short turns, but apparently they also are using their reverse thrust. Obviously, it does make sense. It will pull on the airplane, and if the other side pushes, it should make for an easier turn, a tighter turn. The A350-1000 is also on the move. I think today we're going to get lucky, aren't we? Tell me that the Cathay A350 is coming to 18 left. It must be. It's definitely a lot warmer today than it was yesterday. My liter of vodka almost finished already. Still have a cooled half liter with me. Should still be good. It's most definitely nice and summery. Quite suddenly. Although yesterday it did already begin to warm up. In the meantime, Jörg went ahead and gifted another 5 memberships. Mate, you really didn't have to. Thank you so much, Jörg, for your generosity, extreme generosity. And a warm welcome to the Aurora Skylines to the 5 new members. If you are one of the recipients of gifted memberships of Jörg, don't forget to say thank you to him. And more generally speaking, if you are receiving a gifted membership, don't forget to say thank you to whoever gifted you the membership, even if you don't know who it is. Have fun with the custom emojis that you now will have at your disposal for a month. Jörg, thank you so much. 5 new members, courtesy of you for a month. 5 new members. A warm welcome to the new members. And once again, a massive big thanks to Jörg. Karsten, good afternoon, goedemiddag. Raif, good afternoon, good to see you again, mate. Alright. Time for KLM flight 873 to Hyderabad in India. And just as I was clicking on it, it began to accelerate. 787-10 Dreamliner. This one is the BKK. But it's not going to Bangkok, it's going to Hyderabad. 5 years old, first flight December 2020. Oh, and it's being overtaken by Russell Crowe. What? Oh, he's just flexing now. Look at me, I can overtake you, but now I'm just cruising and letting myself descend. Bloody cheeky bird. Flexing his wings, literally and figuratively. As if he was saying, you can be fast, but you have to remember who is fastest here. I still have my camera set to autofocus. Now no more. That's what you get. Focus dance. Not an airplane dance, but a focus dance. Let's see if the camera is set to autofocus and it loses focus of the subject. And while the 777 is turning to the east, the A350-1000 is approaching the threshold. Cathay Pacific Flight 270 to Hong Kong. A350-1000. Yesterday we were unlucky and weren't able to see it taking off from 18 left. But today we are. In the meantime, Karsten also went ahead and started gifting memberships. 5 gifted memberships by Karsten now as well. Mate, you really didn't have to. Thank you so much for your generosity though. A warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge. To the new members who just received a membership from Karsten. Don't forget to say thank you or dankeschön if you are one of the recipients of Karsten's gifted memberships. Have fun with the custom emojis. Karsten, thank you so much for your incredible generosity and a warm welcome to the new members who just received a membership. Arjan, goedemorgen, good to see you again. Lekker weertje daar, nice weather there. Absolutely, absolutely mate. The weather is beautiful, the sun is out, we have moderate wind. And we need that wind, otherwise it would be a scorcher. Lovely weather. While we have a cheater on Cheater's Lane, let's have a look at the flowers that are also over here. We have something purplish. We have something whitish and yellowish, which is closer by over here. I think. Something purple. In Dutch we call this boterbloem. Butterflower. That's the literal translation. I think these are margrieten. Not sure what they not sure what they translate to in English. Colorful flowers. I wonder what those purple flowers are. Anyway, small floral intermezzo. Now I think it's time for the A350-1000 Cathay Flight 270 to Hong Kong. Hey Pete, what up mate? Good to see you again. Cathay Pacific Flight 270, the Bravo Lima X-Ray Foxtrot, 7 years old, first flight October 2018. Are we going to begin? I think we are. Showtime. Bump, 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 bump. And rotate. Just listening, it sounds like there's also something going on the general aviation platform. Or, no, probably just buses passing one another. Helsinki spotting, good to see you again, mate. What is going on over there in the hangar? There is a vehicle. Security vehicle in front of it. Hey Klaartje, good to see you again. Purple Clover. There you go. Thank you Roger for letting us know. All right. The A350 is turning to the east as well. Can still catch a glimpse of it. Over there. Oh, the bus over here on on the parking lot of the restaurant, the Golden Arches restaurant. That's a first. Lunch break of Jackie is over. He has to go back to work. Thanks for stopping by and joining us, Jackie. Take it easy. It's almost weekend. You almost made it to the weekend. This is KLM flight 1955 to Athens. Another one of the A321 Neos. Which one is this? Faxi? Fax B is what it looks like. Let's see, it's 12:34, so that means in approximately 25 minutes from now, runway 27 is going to open up again for an hour of arrivals. And departures from 18 left are going to stop. And if all is well, in the hour that runway 27 is going to be open between 1 and 2, we should be seeing its we should be seeing the arrival of the Emirates A380. We can also see the KLM 100 years. That's KLM flight 565 today, going to Nairobi, which is the capital of Kenya, which is in Africa. And that means it's coming to 18 left to be taking off. Niflex says, a bus full of fans of AMS Live, wouldn't that be something? I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there would come a day where a busload of fans would disembark from a bus. Already recently we had an entire school class of the Transavia Flight Academy coming over to say hi at the Polderbaan. So, hey, Gary Grebe is also in the house. Oh, yeah, and just as I was about to show him, he dove under. In the meantime, E2 Umbrella 195 to Berlin, KLM flight 1777. Bump bump. That's runway 0927. Fascinating that even though they completely tore open the runway last year for maintenance, major maintenance, so that they can leave it alone for years to come, they didn't do something about the height difference between the two runways. So whenever you see an airplane, and particularly you see it more with the bigger ones, where the bigger the wingspan, the more pronounced the effect. The wingtips bobbing up and down whenever the airplane is accelerating over the intersecting runway. Hey, more Jörgs in the chat. Jörg und Jörg aus Deutschland. Herzlich willkommen, meine Herren. We need to number you guys. If there's a third Jörg, let yourself be heard. There he is, Gary Grebe. Diving under the moment I switched to autofocus to get him sharply in view. Right. Hey, Sumo. Long time no see, mate. Gerrit is wondering if the Coot is still on its nest. It still is. It's still chilling and relaxing over there. He's been around, he's been sitting there all the while. Or she. Right, the KLM 100 years is pulling up. KLM flight 565 to Nairobi. 78710. This is the BKA. From 2019, which is when KLM also celebrated its 100th birthday. The livery, unfortunately, 6 years outdated by now. We need an update of this livery. They need to make it 106. Or if they want to work ahead, 110. And give it a 3.5-year break. The two-stroke behind me is already revving up again. They're cutting blocks of concrete. They're still constructing. They're doing work on the terrace here of the spotter's place. I think I am hearing propellers again. Is there a Hercules overhead? Currently am seeing a contrail of a twin jet pretty close by. That's west of me, moving to the north. But that's not what I was hearing. I am looking up to see if I can spot something, but I'm not. So let's focus on what we can see on ground level then. Aegean going back to Athens, flight 3625, A321neo. Oh, helicopter. Is that approaching? I think it is. I think it's the police helicopter returning. Yep. It most certainly is. So it is a Hercules that I heard. Those are flying overhead quite regularly lately as well. C-17s, Herculeses. If that's the proper way to describe more than one Herculeses. Oh? Now I'm wondering. For a moment I thought I was also hearing the Dash 8, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. Now I'm wondering, was that the rotor of the helicopter? Or could it also have been... Ah, no. Well, there you go. I already thought I recognized the sound of the propellers of the Dash 8, but that's it, all right. Hercules. I like that one. I should remember that and tell her. Hercules. Hercule. I also like that one, Pate. That's very Latin. Right, the Dash 8 is preparing for another coastal patrol. In the meantime, the police helicopter has reached its destination for the time being. Hercules. Ariane is going to Polderbaan pad. Be careful, mate. You can only approach it from the north. If you go to the Spottersplatz of the Polderbaan itself, unless things have changed compared to what I witnessed yesterday. But yesterday I was there and the cycling path is closed off also for pedestrians. The only way you can enter the cycling path is from the very far north end. If you go to the Spottersplatz itself, you can still park over there, but there too, everywhere there are signs that I think it's on the 25th or so next week, they are also going to close the parking lot temporarily. So So the Spottersplatspolderbaan is still accessible, but the cycling path north of it isn't. Be aware of that for those of you who were planning on going to Schiphol maybe in the upcoming weekend. I don't know exactly until when it's going to be closed, but I think it's probably going to be a few days. We have another tugger coming this way. It's 12:44 and on paper 18 left should still be open for another 15 or so minutes. I do see that there is some traffic coming this way. Something going to Stuttgart. Hey, you're welcome, Griffioen. You're welcome, mate. I tried to show you what you would see if you were here with me. So that means all the nature stuff, all the overhead stuff, everything happening on ground as well. The goods, the tugger, the helicopter, the Dash 8. Hey, and I'm also seeing we might, it's going to be a close one. 2 controls intersecting. Hey, check it out. This one is going to be close. Let's have a look. No. Close, but no cigar. That was looking promising, but I'm still waiting for the day that 2 airplanes are going to cross simultaneously. I'm sure somebody elsewhere must have seen a simultaneous crossing. It must have been visible for someone, but not for us right here, unfortunately. The dash is still in place. Right there. Engines turning, or at least the props are turning, I should say. Police helicopter has stopped. So that's a 5-blade main rotor. Undoubtedly, they will be going out for another patrol sometime soon. I think it's this particular helicopter that also sometimes is making circles above my head, literally in the evening hours. One part, the south part of Lisse, where I live, as if they were hunting for an escaped criminal or something. No idea. Hey, is that the GOV? It is. The GOV is being tugged. Nice. That's the GOV, all right. The Dutch government, that's Dutch Air Force One. What are they going to do with it? Is the king going places again, or prime minister? Mr. Prime Minister. Seems like they're barking it. Where did they bring it from? Where did it come from? Ah, Lisa, there you are. Hercules has arrived. Okay. The GOV over there. Dash 8 over there. Police helicopter over there. And the circular grinder, the angular grinder behind me. Once again. They're cutting some concrete blocks. But that's what you've been hearing. They have some concrete blocks over here, and they're finishing on the terrace here. They're expanding the terrace or renewing it. Bom dia Marcello, good to see you again mate. Welcome back, hope all is well. Welcome to the show everybody else who may have joined in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live, my name is Boy. We are here at McDonald's where we are overlooking traffic going out via 18 left. And pretty soon, in 10 minutes from now, traffic coming in on runway 27, which is intersecting 18 left. We're also still waiting for the Emirates A380, which should be landing here on this particular runway between 1 and 2. Quite a few biz jets we have seen already. Now we are also going to see the Coast Guard Dash 8 100. There it is. Taxiing to runway 22. And the imminent reopening of runway 27 is hinted at by the bird controller over there doing a runway inspection, K4. Dutch Air Force One, the PHGOV. We saw it getting tugged moments ago. It's that airplane on the right. And there's your Dash 8. In the meantime, Superna Triple is taking off via runway 24. Going back to China. Gerrit is going to have some lunch. Enjoy, Gerrit, and see you again in the weekend, hopefully. Runway inspection of runway 27. At 1 o'clock, this runway is going to open, and we should see the A380 as well later. Another bizjet on the move. Peter is going to have scrambled eggs with bacon. That sounds good. Enjoy, mate. And thank you, Wouter, who says that the ETA of the A380 has become 1:22, so that's a half hour away from now. It should be approaching the coast, no, not the coast, but the Dutch airspace pretty soon. Karsten has to go back to work again. Thanks for joining us, Karsten. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate. Hopefully see you in the weekend. Weird sounds from the Dash 8. Almost sounding like a two-stroke. Yesterday we saw it do what looked like a wing wave to the tower. Are they going to do that again? The tower is getting inside. Think they're already a bit too far up, but you never know. Nice departure from the carbon in the background. Yeah, no, it's flying out directly without any stunts or anything. In the meantime, Air Oink Oink is going back to Istanbul, Turkey. A321neo. Hey George, goedemiddag. Good to see you again, mate. And Cor Harold, good afternoon. Jerome, good afternoon. Jerome says Transavia 5 Mike is squawking 7700. Supposed to go to AMS. Where is it currently flying? Now, there was a BizJet on the move in the background behind the Dash 8 earlier, but where has it gone to? That's odd. Surely it hasn't disappeared all of a sudden. Meanwhile, a jet to Istanbul. Another A321neo lining up over here, ready to go. Last few airplanes before runway 27 is going to reopen. Marrakesh, just departed from Marrakesh and returning to it. Okay, yeah, so no chance of seeing that then. Ah! We have an answer to the question where the BizJet went. Sneaky bastard. Luckily it has loud engines. And already airborne. I already figured it couldn't have gone far, but I wasn't able to see it. Guess I just didn't notice it when it was there all along. Next up, a jet. A jet to Istanbul. This is the TC Luck. 3 years old, first flight October 2022. That's what you're hearing. Right, this might well be the last airplane taking off from 18 left for now. The E2 Embraer to Bologna, KLM flight 1663. Nice spacious Karen cabin right here in the back on the main fuselage. Private cabin for Karen, where she can bitch and moan in quiet, in calmness. So, a few high clouds over, low clouds over here, a few friendly low clouds. And is there still another airplane coming to 18 left? It does look like it. the final Air Baltic. Oh, and there's also number 175 on Cheater's Lane already. Now, is this also going to be taking Cheater's Lane? I am looking behind me and not seeing any arrivals just yet, so probably won't be too long. I am once again hearing a bizjet behind me, though I am not seeing any movement just yet. There's also a little itty bitty spider trying to make a web here using my LCD shield, my sun shield. Right, Wouter has to go. Thank you for stopping by, Wouter. Hopefully see you again in the weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate. Alright, Air Baltic will be leaving after the Cheater on Cheater's Lane will have taken off. The Cheater on Cheater's Lane is number 175 to Hanover. And this is Austrian Flight 314 to Vienna. It's 1 o'clock. I'm looking in the direction of the glide slope of runway 27. I'm not seeing any airplanes just yet. But I am thinking that with the Cheater on Cheater's Lane now taking off and this one looking like it's going to be the last airplane, the arrivals aren't going to be too far away anymore. So I am already going to switch flight radar to inbound traffic and see if I can spot something already. And the answer is not. Everything arriving from the east is still going to the Buitenveldertbaan, interestingly. So, I am wondering if any of you can have a look on Omgevingsinfo Schiphol to see the airplanes that are arriving from the east, which are going to be going to runway 27 and which ones are still directed to the Buitenveldertbaan, because you'd think at some point in the next few minutes runway 27 is going to open up and things arriving from the east already in the country should be going there. Well, it's 1 o'clock and just like yesterday, all of a sudden things are getting quiet. I think that the chaps who are doing the construction over here are going to enjoy their lunch break. Oh yes, and I can already see what lunch is. I see paper bags on a bench. So those guys have gotten their lunch, their meal from the restaurant right here. Yum yum. Tim says that LVNL says that runway 27 is open. So I wonder which airplanes now in Dutch airspace already arriving from the east will be assigned to that runway, because from what I can see, the most close by airplanes arriving from the east are still going to the Buitenveldertbaan. In the meantime, Mehmet is also back. Mehmet just now gifting a membership to Pascal van Waveren. Pascal, welcome to the Aurora Skylines, mate. Don't forget to say thank you to Mehmet, like I am right now. Thank you so much, Mehmet, for another gifted membership. A warm welcome to Pascal. Enjoy the custom emojis, mate, and the membership. Remember, if you receive a membership and you think, hey, that's nice, when it expires, you can renew it. You can also opt to gift somebody else a gifted membership who might also enjoy it. Now, hope you guys are still enjoying the show. I'm going to stick around at least until the Emirates A380 will have landed. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like. It will help to bring in more people, and Lord knows we can use them on weekdays like these, because lately it's been pretty slow. A380 has been assigned to runway 27, so that is good news. Thank you so much for looking that up, Maria. Happy to hear that. Now, Also, John Logan is back in the chat. He probably was here already, but I probably missed your arrival. He does just now gift a membership to... He did just now gift a membership to Yusuf. Yusuf, welcome to the Aurora Skylines, mate. Thank you so much, John. I hope that Yusuf will enjoy the gifted membership. Thank you so much, mate. Really didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. Another busiest. Hey Remco, goedemiddag. Good to see you again. Now, I heard you guys mentioning an Antonov. The only thing I can see that might qualify as the Antonov is pretty far away. I'm not sure to what extent. Could that be it? Really pixelated. The other thing that I saw passing overhead is over there. Obviously, that's not an Antonov. That looks like what could be a Dreamliner. So we're waiting for traffic to runway 27, which has formally opened up according to LVNL. But right now we aren't seeing any traffic coming this way yet. There is a quad-engined control coming this way, or at least an airplane producing a quadruple control. Technically speaking. Now where was that bizjet? No, that's not it. That's a tank truck. I think. Let's do a scan. I think this is it. Right. Transavia 78 Zulu coming for runway 27. Thank you, Martin. So, yeah, that's approaching Almere right now. Should be here in a few minutes. Hopefully the bizjet will be taking off before then. So the PHGOV, the Dutch Air Force One, is also over there. We saw that getting relocated, I should say. And that's the airplane on the right. Is this the airplane with the running engines? It does look like it, doesn't it? Hard to make out which of the ones I'm hearing. I think it's this one. In the meantime, good morning to Manuel and Marchola. Marchola is greeting us from Julianadorp, and Marchola is doing that with a super chat. You really didn't have to do that, Marchola, but thank you so much for your super chat. Good afternoon to you too, mate. Hope the temperature is a bit doable in Julianadorp. Usually a bit more cooler further north. Over here it's getting pretty warm. It's nice, but I'm happy that I'm dressed in a t-shirt and shorts today. Too warm otherwise. That quad is going this way. I am once again. Embraer Legacy 500 looking like to be landing on the Oostbaan. Thanks, Martin. That's probably the reason why the bizjet I am hearing the engine sounds of is holding short. First arrival, which of course intersects the glide slope of runway 27, which is probably why they first directed traffic from the east to the Polderbaan, so that the bizjet can land, and then after that traffic to 27 can resume. The quad is getting awfully close by. Well, no need to ask what that is. It is an Emirates A380 with the updated ribbon tail by the looks of it as well. Don't think there was one underway to us. I think we're going to get the old ribbon tail. The old tail without the ribbon. There you go. The PH LOD. LOD. Yep. Oh, there are two. Two bisjets on the move. Look at that. And this is the G and Jam. No, and Jaw. G and Jaw. And that is also still going to be leaving. All the while, the next traffic, the 27, slowly but surely getting closer by. When will Enja leave? That's the question. In the meantime, a massive big thanks to John Logan, who just now went ahead and gifted more memberships, 5 of them no less. You really didn't have to do that, mate. Thank you so much, though. And a warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, to the 5 new members who just received a membership by John. Don't forget to say thanks and enjoy those 34 custom emojis you'll now have at your disposal for a month. John, mate, thank you so much for your generosity and a warm welcome to the new members. Congratulations on receiving a gifted membership. The next BizJet is going to be lining up here pretty soon. Charlie Brown is also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Tuning in from Orlando, Florida. And in the meantime, over here, Transavia flight 6892 arriving from JTR. That was Santorini, wasn't it? Yeah. I remembered correctly. Bing, bada boom. There's the BizJet going. Constantly things are moving here. That's what I love about this location. There's constant action. Though you need a runway closed for maintenance like we are having right now. Just goes to show, like I said yesterday or before as well, Schiphol is too damn efficient. That's a shame. You need less runways to make things more interesting streaming wise. Now, more gifted memberships by John Logan just now. Another 5 just now gifted. Incredible. Really, mate, you didn't have to do that. To what do we owe the occasion? You really didn't have to do that, mate. But thank you so much. A warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, to the 5 new members who just received a gifted membership from John Logan. If you're one of the recipients, don't forget to say thank you to John and please enjoy those custom emojis. You'll have them at your disposal for a month. Again, John, thank you so much, mate. Really, you didn't have to do that. Extremely generous. Absolutely lovely. Thank you so much, mate. Just trying to bring the joy of memberships to at least some, he writes. Very much appreciated, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like. A like will bring in more people in the future. If you want to help us grow, liking is the way to go. Hey, I should make a rhyme of that. If you want to help us grow, liking is the way to go. There you go. 1 liter of vodka down the drain. Still have half a liter in my thermos. Time to open that up. We need to turn the camera to the left. There's a busiest on final to runway 27. Is it going to break away or is it going to be landing on 27? That's always the question. They could also opt for a breakaway landing to runway 22. Let's see, this is the VTCCA private owner arriving from Nice, as you do. Nice, which is nice. Hey, yo, whoa, 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 whoa. I did not see this one. Huh? I think what I saw in the background was also a busiest. What's going on here? Oh, this is it. Huh? Okay. What does it say? Can't read it. Can hear it, but can't read it. The VTCCA arriving from Nice, Bombardier Global 6500. Brand new from India. First flight October 2025. Indian billionaire. Wow. Rob says, vodka in the lounge has been refilled. You can take it tomorrow. Thank you so much for letting us know that, mate. I do try not to take vodka out of the lounge for you guys. Hopefully it won't come to that. Won't have to come to that. Wow, that was quite a spectacular last minute turn. Let's see, so this is KLM flight 1364, arriving from Budapest. Not nearly as spectacular as what we saw just now. There it is. Tourist to Boot is also back. Good to see you, mate. And it seems that we've crossed through 500 likes. Thank you all so much for that, ladies and gentlemen. That's halfway to an airplane dance, which I don't think we're going to reach today, but who knows? Maybe one day we will get at 1,000 again. For now, a massive big thanks for all the support, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to help the channel grow, a like is the way to go. Now, we need to turn around because here is the Emirates A380 already. What? That's weird. It's not showing on flight radar. Am I missing out on something? Huh? How is this possible? Why aren't I seeing this on flight radar? Huh? So weird. That is so weird. Dirk Contour says it's near Nuremberg on flight radar. What? That is so weird. Loss of transponder. Also not visible on ADSB. That's weird because usually ADSB is rock solid and very dependable. It's not real, it's a mirage. Indeed, Sander. What on earth? I wasn't expecting it already. Right. Well. It's not on flight radar, it's not on ADSB. Whatever happened to the Emirates A380? That came out of the blue. I kid you not, I wasn't expecting it already. I didn't realize it was 120 already. It was on flight radar before because we could see it on numerous occasions. You guys were even able to see it got assigned to runway 27. So hackers, whatever happened there? Well, whatever it was mysterious. Mystery 8380. Looking on flight radar to see what is coming this way from the east. It doesn't look like much is coming. The only wide body I can see, the only two wide bodies that I can see arriving from the east right now are still in the vicinity of Nuremberg, as is the Emirates A380 according to flight radar. The Qatar Triple and A350. Considering that I only applied sunscreen before going out, I think it might be a good time for me to wrap up and head over into the shade. Should be out again tomorrow for another stream, but I think it's time for me to wrap up with the Emirates A380 now having landed here in Schiphol, on Schiphol, at Schiphol. My English is beginning to fail. That's always a good sign. That tells me that I need to wrap up. I am going to be back again tomorrow. I don't know yet where I will be going to. Could be going back here, could be going to the Kaagbaan for departures, could also opt for the Kaagbaan, no, the Polderbaan, the north side for arrivals. Of course, it will also depend on the wind. Maybe we'll opt for Kaagbaan departures. Switch things up a little. I'll have to see. For now, I think it is time for me to wrap up and head over to some more shade. A shady figure needs a shady area to stay cool and protected from the sun in. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. I had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did enjoy the show, don't forget to leave a like. It will help the channel grow. I have to keep remembering that rhyme. A massive big thanks for all the other forms of support. Thanks for all the likes already. Thank you for the super chats, the super stickers, the many gifted memberships again. Thank you so much to the moderators for keeping the chat friendly and accessible as well. I hope to see you all in good health tomorrow. For now, enjoy the rest of your day and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now, guys. Take care.